there, sports fans. This is Playitright TV, Kinito Henson, and we have something extremely special for you because you see them on your screens right now. First of all, we want to introduce Tony Ronzone of Wasserman Sports Management and everybody's favorite, the idol of the Filipino youth and also the not so youth. Here he is, 7'3", 21-year-old Kai Soto living his NBA dream. Hi, guys.
Hey, Tito, thank you.
Hello. How you doing?
All right, all right. First off, I want to say we're all excited about Kai's workouts with NBA teams. He's done 2 workouts so far, Utah and Dallas. Before we ask Kai about his personal experiences in those 2 camps, Tony, let's ask you first. How were you able to put together these invitations for Kai, and are there more invitations to come?
No, this will be the last one. We have one more to go, which we'll let you know right now. We're going to be, Kai's going to be heading to New York Knicks. That'll be his last mini camp. Most guys usually do 1 to 2, maybe 1 mini camp in the summer. And Kai's been fortunate that we were able to get him to 3 mini camps. So he's able to learn and listen to different coaches, terminology, learning to be a pro. Again, no one's allowed to be at these facilities when he's there. It's just the coaches, the scouts, the front office, and, they go through situations for him. They check his basketball IQ. They want to know how hard he plays. Does he have a care factor? All that stuff's really important. So it's kind of like him, basically if we had him earlier, we've been going through the draft, but he's going through the kind of the same process right now to introduce himself to NBA teams and coaches and compete against other players that are hungry to get an opportunity to play in Summer League and get an opportunity to try to make a roster. So it's a great opportunity for him. He was wanted. Teams want to see him. It's not easy, but it's something he has to do if he wants to pursue his goal. And the goal is to be the best basketball player he can be.
Tony, exactly when is this camp with the New York Knicks?
It's coming up next week. It is actually, I don't know the exact dates. Kai might know. I think the 12th and 13th and 14th. So next week. So he'll leave on June 11th, and he'll be there 12th, 13th in New York at their practice facility in Westchester, New York. So it'll be a great opportunity for him, especially from a team that just got off going to the second round of the NBA playoffs. They have a lot of excitement in New York. It's a great opportunity for Kai coming up next week. So we're excited for him. I'm sure he's excited. He should be excited. There's a lot of players that would like to be at these camps that can't even get in these camps right now. I've talked to other agents and they've mentioned to me they can't even get their guys in the mini camp. So Kai's very fortunate to be at these events.
Well, again, just before we talk to Kai, Tony, you've got to be able to share with our viewers your love for the Philippines. I know that the Philippines has a special place in your heart. Why is that?
First of all, when I went over there in '89 with the 6'5" and under team, and Sean Chambers was my roommate, I just fell in love with the country. I fell in love with the people. I fell in love with the food. Chicken adobo is right now on my list of what I want to eat all the time. The people are just, and I love the fact they love the game of basketball. I mean, it's passionate people. They're very friendly. I just love it over there. So whenever I have an opportunity to visit the Philippines, I'm definitely going to the Philippines. I love everything about it.
And Tony, of course, your wife was Filipina, and you've got Phil-Am twin boys ready to play in the Philippines?
Oh yeah, they're excited. We're getting their information done, and I'm sure Kai's going to help the recruitment of them where they should go. So we're working on that right now. The Kai knows my twin boys, Kate and Austin, real well, and we're just waiting for getting the process. And then once it happens, they're ready to get over there. They're more excited than anybody I know. They're ready to go live in the Philippines, be part of the Filipino culture. So it's exciting.
Okay, well, talking about excitement, okay, let's hear it now from Kai Soto himself. Kai, dalawa na napuntahan mong NBA camps. You were great in Dallas, we understand. You also went to the Utah Jazz. Tell us about those workouts, Kai, and who played with you? Was it like a one-on-one session? Did you play scrimmages? What were the scouts? What were the coaches looking at in those camps?
I think and, about what's going on with minicamps, but for me, it was fun. It was a good experience all in all. It's in those minicamps, it's like 20 of us, 20 plus, and then these past two teams, we just played a lot of 5-on-5s, and the coaches and the scouts were looking at how players adapt to their new teams, to the new system, to new plays, and how they play, how hard they play, and Tony talked about it. But yeah, it was very fun. I really enjoyed my time, especially in Dallas. I feel like I played better in Dallas, so I had more fun in Dallas. And but yeah, it was a good experience. I learned a lot. These opportunities don't come to everybody, so I really appreciate the experience and the moments that I had with those two mini camps.
Kai, were there any NBA veterans in those camps whom you played with?
I wouldn't say veterans, but there's a lot of guys that I know that I saw in playing in an NBA team and now trying to be back on the NBA roster. Guys like Dwayne Bacon, Zaire Wade, DJ Wilson, Sharif Cooper, a lot of really good players, a lot of free agents that is trying to earn a spot on an NBA team like me. So it gets pretty competitive, and it's fun. I mean, it's 5-on-5. It's basketball, so it's pretty fun.
Kai, you mentioned that you felt you did better in Dallas than in Utah. Why do you say that? What did you do in Dallas that you felt you did better? And what also did you do over at Utah?
I felt like in Utah it was my first mini camp, so I was still uh, I still, I mean, it's always different if it's your first time. You don't know what to expect really, but the altitude was different in Utah, so it really prepared me to get more in shape heading into Dallas. And in the Dallas minicamp, I knew most of the guys because I played against them in the Utah minicamp, so I was more familiar with the players, so I kind of knew how they play when I played against them. I did a little scouting before, so I think that helped me. So yeah, it was better. It was a good experience, both of them.
Tony, we've been talking with Kai through the years, but now that we're listening to him after these workouts, you see or you feel a more mature vibe coming from him. Tony, do you feel the same way? Do you think that Kai has matured now? And the way he's talking, he said that he went through scouting, he studied the situation, and he also made a self evaluation. What do you think, Tony?
Well, he's surrounding himself now with pro coaches, pro personnel. He's in an NBA environment where there's training rooms there, there's food there, there's everything that's real professional. And he's understanding how hungry these players are that are trying to make it. And he's in a similar situation. And his maturity level is that he's understanding that it's not easy, but I know that I'm skilled. I'm as good as anybody out there. And what does it take to make it? What it takes is how bad you want it, how hard you want to play, all those factors these teams are looking for. They want to see consistency. They want to see you have a care factor. And I think Kai's starting to show that. And before, I think there was question marks. And I think he's able to now to eliminate those thoughts of who Kai is. And they're starting to see a more mature. And again, him playing in Australia the last 2 years is, it was tough for him to adjust. And he showed professionalism over there. For him to leave and to go to Japan to stay in shape instead of taking off for 2 months, that was important. He went to the playoffs. He had an opportunity to finally make the playoffs, which I think is his first time, correct, Kai? And
Yeah.
that was huge for him. So he's starting to be around people that want to win and be a pro. And again, as we speak, I mean, Kai's still a young 21-year-old. And bigs develop later. As you know, Jermaine O'Neal took a while for him to develop. Kwame Brown, whoever you talk about, most bigs take 3 to 4 years. So Kai's starting to hit his stride, and so this is a great opportunity for him. And again, we're not done yet. He's got New York next week. He's got to continue to train in LA. He's got to continue to get better, and to just keep moving in this direction. He's got to keep going up. And as long as he does that, things will look good for Kai.
Tony, just before you unleashed Kai in these NBA mini camps, you had him training in Los Angeles. Can you tell us a little bit about that training in Los Angeles? Whom did he train with? Who were his coaches? And how long was that training for?
Yeah, so we have our own coaches in LA. We're very fortunate. We have our own facility there. That's excellent. We have our own trainers. We have interns there. We got rebounders. We got a physio. We got a strength conditioning coach there. So Kai's getting the full NBA workout schedule. Get in there in the morning, get your work in, get in the weight room, work on your skill level, learn how to play pick and roll, high pick and roll, how to learn coverages, get a lot of shots up, work on your footwork, work on your hand skills. All that stuff is making him a better pro. So we have Coach Ollie that's there, and his group of coaches that are there that are continuing to help Kai improve. So this is good for Kai to be in LA. Just to be part of you got to be on time. You got to be there. You're held accountable. Again, everything is to teaching him to become a better pro.
You mentioned Coach Ollie. Is that Ollie Matson?
Nope. Ollie Simple. There's our coach out there. Coach Ollie. He's our head trainer. He's our head trainer out in LA.
Okay. What's his full name again? Ollie.
Kai, go ahead. And what do you call Coach Ollie?
I think it's Olin.
Call him Ollie, and I say it wrong. Say his name correctly for me.
Olin Simplis. I think that's his name. Olin.
Yep,
Coach
that's it. Olin Simplis.
Olin's bad names.
But he's
all right.
One of the best trainers out there. He trains all our pros. Clay Thompson comes in there. Steven Adams is there. Derrick Rose is there. Evan Mobley comes in. Shea Alexander comes in. I mean, Jalen Suggs is there. I mean, Kai's around other pros that come in our facility that are trying to get better. So again, he's in a pro atmosphere every day, which is great for him. And Kai could probably expand on that. Correct, Kai?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Tony, you're making sure that Kai's in good hands. Kai, about your training in Los Angeles, how tough was that? And coming off stints in Australia and Japan, it's almost like you're totally prepared now to make this big push for the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, I always want to feel prepared, and I think the past season with Australia and Japan, I really learned a lot. It was tough ending the season in Australia without making the playoffs, but in Japan we made the playoffs but lost in the first round. But still, I'm still happy with what I've learned, and I think I've gotten really better compared to last year. So it's a lot of positives, and heading down in LA, I'm very lucky and fortunate to have the Wasserman helped me out with training and everything. So that's pretty good, and that really helped me a lot.
Okay, can you tell us about the level of competition in Australia and Japan? How would you compare the level of competition in both those leagues?
I feel like in Australia, it's a pretty good all-around game. You got a lot of smart players, really good, high talented players compared to Japan. Japan is more of like a mismatched league where you got imports, and Japanese players are not really the biggest and the strongest. So all of the imports in Japan are usually bigger guys. So it's about fighting mismatches. For me, that's what I think. So. I mean, it's both leagues are still competitive, and they're still fun to play in. But I learned so much playing in Australia, playing in Japan. So that's a good thing for my career. I mean, that's a good thing early on for my career.
Well, Guy, in Australia, they've got a lot of bangers. So they play a very physical game. Those guys are used to rugby. But in Japan, would you say it's a little more of a speed game that maybe a little bit more finesse? And so your exposure to physicality and the finesse game, I mean, you got the best of both worlds. Would that be a fair evaluation?
To be honest, I think Japan is more physical for me.
Wow, really?
Because I think I'm usually guarding a big import, and
okay.
every Japanese team, you always got 3 imports, and they're usually bigs. So I'm usually be playing against these guys, and I feel like they're more physical in Japan, especially the Japanese players. They already know that they're smaller, so they try to play more physical. So
Okay.
I think they in Japan they try harder. In Australia, it's a more all-around game. Everybody's pretty talented, so it's not as physical. It's still physical. Don't get me wrong, but I think in Japan they just try harder. That's what I think.
Okay. Tony, the whole process that Kai is undergoing right now should lead to an invitation by an NBA team to play in the NBA Summer League. How far away are we from getting that invitation and to make sure that Kai plays in the NBA Summer League coming up?
Well, that's why he's going to these mini camps. We're getting constant evaluation of him. We're speaking to teams right now. A lot of teams are preparing for the draft, which is June 22nd. So once the draft is over, it's going to be hitting the phones hard. We could have something before, but we're gaining consistency. And as long as Kai continues to go into these mini camps and perform at a high level, that's just going to help his cause. So we're getting close. We will know something in the next probably 2 weeks or earlier. So we're getting close. And once that's known, it's great because the whole Filipino nation will be able to watch him in Las Vegas. So it'll be pretty exciting.
That should be really exciting. But Tony, if I were to ask you, which NBA team do you think would best suit Kai's style in terms of their roster, in terms of guys who can complement his skills? Would you be able to go out on a limb and say which those teams could be?
No, but I can't say this that'll help you is that
Mhm.
the Joker with Denver Nuggets is success he's having in the NBA is now helping the NBA look at bigs a little more serious. As you know, the old days when I was with Detroit Pistons, we had Eldon Campbell, we had six bigs, Mehmet Okur, and we played with a lot of bigs. And the league went to smaller ball because of Golden State Warriors, and then more of the passing spread the offense. And then you started having Draymond Green play the five. And then it went to that game. But what you're seeing now is the bigs are starting to come back in. You got Joel Embiid with Philadelphia. You're starting to see the bigs come into play. And I think the Joker is helping Kai Soto's of the world now because every team's like, we got to have a big that can make plays. What is Kai's best skill, in my opinion, is his passing. And what does Joker do well? He's a phenomenal passer. So Kai has a skill set. And again, one thing about Joker, he does every time he walks on the floor, he plays hard every minute of the game. And Kai's getting there. He's young. We're not using that excuse anymore, but he's learning to consistently got to play hard every time. That's what NBA teams are looking for. His skill set is there. He could pass, he could shoot, he can rebound. I mean, he's got it. It's just a matter of him getting consistent and making shots, and he can shoot the three ball. So he's got the skill set. It's there. And it's just now he's competing against other guys that want it like him. So he's in the right place, the right frame. These workouts are big for him. And again, he's got one left, plus his LA workouts, and then and then we'll see from there.
Well, Tony, I was talking once with an NBA expert, someone who's based in the US, and he said that Kai could be the next Kristaps Porzingis. What do you think of that comparison?
He does. He's got a similar game to Kristaps. I say Kristaps is a little more perimeter orientated than Kai. I like Kai down on the block too, and I like him at the high post area. I like him to put it on the ball on the deck a little more and make plays that way, which I think he can do more consistent. Kristaps is probably a little more mobile than him, even though he does get injured and he moves well. But I'd say Kai has a similar game. But I'd say right now Kristaps is a better three ball shooter, but I think Kai is better down on the block. So it's a good comparison. I like to get him to Joker's level. If he ever gets that level, we're all going to be happy.
Whoa. Okay. That'll be at a very high level. Well, Kai, let's talk about the Gilas training pool. So 21 men have been named to the Gilas training pool. You are one of those elite players who've been named. What do you think are the chances of you playing for the Philippine team in the World Cup? How excited are you to make that happen? And would that in any way be in conflict with the NBA Summer League that's coming up?
I'm very excited first and foremost. I mean, any basketball player would want to play for their country, especially at this level. It's the World Cup, and then Philippines is hosting, so it might be for most of us the biggest games in our career. This coming World Cup, so I'm very very excited. It's an honor to be part of the pool, and it's going to be an even bigger opportunity, bigger challenge if I make it to the final 12. So yeah, I'm very excited. I saw the list. It's all really good players. So really looking forward to it. And summer league won't be a conflict in terms of the scheduling after before the World Cup, because summer league finishes mid July, I think, and the World Cup is end of August. So I think there'll be time.
Yeah, I think there will be time because Jordan Clarkson is committed 6 weeks to be with Gilas, and that will include the days of the World Cup itself. So that means about July 31st, he'll be available. That will probably also be the same time that you'll be available for Gilas. Would that be a fair evaluation of the situation?
I feel like yes, because right now I'm just focusing on these mini camps, and then I'm just about to focus all in on the summer league. Try my best. I mean, this is my dream to make it to the NBA, so I just gotta keep on working to make it there. And after the summer league, that's I'm pretty much focused on the World Cup after that. So, but yeah, right now I'm just focused on mini camps and summer league. Yeah.
Well, if that ends by the middle of July, that means you'll have more than 7 weeks to train with Gilas, and I think that'll be more than adequate. And Kai, I was talking with AJ Edu. Now, you played with him in two championships for the Philippines, the Asian Under 18 and the World Cup Under 19. He said, when I asked him, who's the guy you're so excited to be playing with at Gilas? And AJ, I mean, without batting an eyelash, he immediately said, hey, my guy, Sky Soto, I'm in touch with him. I know what's going on with him. I'm excited that he's living his NBA dream, that he's headed towards there. But, okay, how excited are you to team up with AJ once more, Kai?
And man, if you ask me first, I would say AJ Edu as well. AJ Edu by far is one of my top, favorite teammates of all the teams that I played in. I just love AJ as a person and as a player. We all know how good he is, and I just like sharing the court with AJ. AJ is very competitive. Our game together is fun to watch, and it's just fun on the court with him. And I can't wait to see him. I haven't seen him since the last World Cup, and it's pretty unfortunate what happened to him with all these injuries. But I believe he's learned a lot, and he's gotten stronger now. So I can't wait to share the court with him again. He's my favorite teammate, and I can't wait to play with him on the national team.
Well, the big thing about AJ Kai is that he played a full season at the University of Toledo. Last season, he played 35 games, so it looks like he's ready to go. He's ready to roll. Now, okay, let's set aside AJ for the time being. Let's talk about other players on the Gilas pool. Let's talk about the naturalized player. You've got Justin Brownlee, Jordan Clarkson, and Ange Kwame in the pool. Now, one of those guys will be playing for the Philippines. I won't put you in a spot and ask which would you prefer to be on that team. But can you tell us a little bit about what you know about those three guys and what you can learn from them once you join the training pool?
I mean, I've shared the court with Ange first, my first time playing with the men's national teams. So I love playing with Ange. He gives me more confidence to play my game, because knowing I have another big on the court, which is Ange. Same with AJ. I just feel more confident when I'm on the court with them, because I could I could play harder because I know they got my back and I got theirs as well. So Ange's a great player. I love Ange as a person too. Justin Brownlee, played, I haven't shared the court with, but I know a lot about his game. I was watching him, growing up. I was watching him in the PBA, and I know how good he is. Me and my dad always say he's like the Michael Jordan of the Philippines. He's the Michael Jordan of PBA, which I believe. So it would be a good experience to play with him. That would be great. And we all know how we all know who Jordan Clarkson is, how good JC is. So he's just at a different level, and whoever would be on the national team as the naturalized player, it would be a huge honor to share the court with them.
Yeah, well, if Justin Brownlee is the Michael Jordan of the PBA, then I guess you can say that Jordan Clarkson is the Kobe Bryant of the NBA now. Um, but Kai, okay, the prospect of playing in the World Cup, not just against the best players in the planet, but also before your home country fans. Guys, your countrymen, your fellow Filipinos are going to be in the stands. How great a feeling is that for you?
Man, to be honest, as a 21-year-old basketball player, I think it's going to be the biggest opportunity, biggest challenge, the highest level that I'm about to play so far in my career is in this upcoming World Cup. As you said, it's going to be held in the Philippines. All the people that I know will be watching and supporting, and the best of the best in the world will be there and playing as well. So it's gonna be it gives me chills every time I think about it. So I'm just very excited. It's gonna be a big opportunity as a basketball player to play in that level, play in that World Cup stage. So yeah, it's a big deal. So I just can't wait.
Okay, after the World Cup, I mean, the world is open for you. It could lead to a stint in the NBA. You're guaranteed a fresh contract to stay with Hiroshima in the Japanese B League. What do you think is the future looking for Kai Soto?
I mean, this past couple of months, I'm just focusing on the present. I feel like this past years, I focused too much on the future and I let go of what's happening in the present. So right now, I'm just focused on the mini camps and the summer league, and then I'll focus on the World Cup after that. And who knows what happens after the World Cup? But I'm just focusing on giving it my best, giving it my all my effort this upcoming mini camps and summer league, and whatever happens after that, God help me. So we'll see.
I'll tell you, the entire Filipino nation is right behind you, Kai. We're praying for you. We're always cheering for you. And before we let you go, Kai, uh, I see that logo on your shirt. Can you tell us a little bit about Puma, the brand that you endorse? That's also the same brand that the world's number three pole vaulter, EJ Obiena of the Philippines, wears. Tell us about your relationship with Puma, and how excited are you? How proud are you to be wearing that logo?
Oh, I'm very proud. I told Tony and Tadas when I signed with them that Puma is my favorite brand. I always love their shoes. I'm just not fortunate enough to get a lot of shoes my sizes, but now I signed with Puma. I get them for free now, so I'm very happy. I mean,
Okay.
it's a big honor to be an ambassador of one brand such as Puma. So yeah, it's a big blessing.
Okay. If you can share the secret, what size of shoes do you wear, Kai?
Size 16 is not
Si-
that.
Size 16. Okay. Well, Kai, we want to get you in touch with EJ Obiena. I mean, he's a world class athlete, world number three pole vaulter, and first Asian to be able to crash the top 10. He holds the Asian record for pole vault, and he wears Puma. And it'll be great if you and EJ can relate to each other. Both of you are Puma endorsers. Both of you are world class athletes, and every Filipino fan, every Filipino athlete looks up to you. Now, Tony, just a few final words from you about Kai's journey to the NBA. We want to find out, what are the chances, do you think, if it happens this coming season?
It's we just got to take it day by day. I like your questions, Conito, because you like to look at the future, and I like that. If Kai is approaching everything correctly, and we just take it day by day. I think he said it right when he just said, in the past I always was looking for the future and this and that, and then right now he's starting to learn to take everything day by day, how he can become a better player, better pro, and just handle his business on and off the court. So you're seeing, as you can, you stated from the beginning, Q, about, you see a more mature Kai Sotto, and it's definitely correct as you said that. I mean, he is motivated. He's doing what he needs to do to become a better player, to pursue his dream and goal. He talks highly of the national team and his love of the Philippines and the country, and I mean, you couldn't ask for a better ambassador for your country in the sport of basketball, which, as we know, is the most popular sport in your country. So, again, we're happy and excited to have Kai pursue his dream, and we're taking it day by day. So, as we keep talking, we hope to continue to give you good news. And I think the good news is he has, started the process, and we're 2 mini camps in with the third coming up, and we will continue to keep you abreast of what happens.
Well, thanks, Tony, and the Filipino fans and the entire country very grateful to you, Tony, for supporting Kai and paving the way for him to live his dream to play in the NBA. And Kai, just a few final words from you. I'm sure you want to thank your fans. Maybe you want to do a shout out to some of your friends and family. Kai, the platform is yours.
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank everyone who follows my journey and supports me. I can't thank them enough. I'm very appreciative of all the love I've been getting, and yeah, I'm just thankful for everyone, and just keep supporting. There's gonna be a lot of good stuff on the way, so it's gonna be good. And shout out to my little brother Timmy and my sister Erin back there in the Philippines. I miss you guys.
Thanks very much, Kai. And well, who do you think is going to make it to the NBA Finals? Is it Miami or Denver? Kai, what's your take?
Denver.
Denver? Tony, what do you think?
I'm going to back my guy up and go with him. Denver, too.
Okay, Denver. Both these guys are rooting for Denver.
Who do you got, Mr. Henson?
Well, my heart says Miami because of Eric Spoelstra. We all know him. But my mind says, well, it's pretty tough to stop Joker for like 7 games. You might be able to stop him one time, but who knows? Basketball is such an unpredictable thing, and maybe we'll be in for a few surprises. But well, guys, thank you so much for joining us on Playitright TV. Tony and Kai, we know how precious your time is. You guys are very, very busy with your schedules, but thank you so much for spending time with us, and we hope we continue to talk to you because, I mean, so many fans in the Philippines want to find out updates on Kai, want to get your reads, Tony, on Kai's journey. So again, thank you very, very much for joining us on Playitright TV. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Take care. Good night.
See
Bye-bye.
you again.
Bye.
See you again, Kai. See you again, Tony. Okay, dyan po nagtatapos ang ating special episode with Tony Ronzone of Wasserman Sports Management and Kai Sotto. Wow, what a thrill. And also a lot of new insights, new news about Kai's journey to the NBA. And of course, we've got it from Kai himself. After the NBA Summer League finishes mid-July, he's going to go to join the Gilas training pool, and that'll still be more than enough time to prepare for the upcoming World Cup, the FIBA World Cup. Okay, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, Playitright TV. We're always here for you, and we hope you stay with us all the time because you're playing it right. Thank you very much, Kinito Henson here.